Hi and welcome here on Pionierin.com, the wine show. And I'm really God blessed today. Once again, I have a really special woman guest here in my show, Elisabetta Gepetti. Nice to have you here.
Ciao Piero.
Well, Elisabetta, it's a really big honor for me to have you here in my show because, everybody who's drinking good wines, fine wines, knows your name. And sorry for this question, but for the audience who maybe don't know you, can you maybe give us a little backup who you are, what you do, and where we are?
I am the owner of Fattoria Pupille. We are in Tuscany, Maremma, south of Tuscany. We are in the heart of the Morellino di Scansano denomination. That is probably the most important denomination in Maremma Grossetana, because there are two different areas in Tuscany called Maremma. The one maybe the most famous at the moment is Maremma around Bolgheri.
Yes.
It is Livorno.
Yeah, Ornellaia,
Sassicaia.
Big names.
The big names. And then Maremma around Grosseto town.
Okay.
So we are in the Maremma Grossetana. Fattoria Pupille, it's a property of our family since the end of the 19th century. It used to be a traditional Tuscany farm, and then also at that time we were producing a very small, very few production of wine, but it was more wine for the family and for the friends. Then we started in the 60s to make the first bottles.
Yeah.
At that moment, the denomination Morellino, it didn't exist.
Yeah.
And so the wines that we were producing were Rosso di Pereta and Bianco di Pereta.
Never heard about it. I never heard about it. It's the first time I heard this name, right?
Yes,
Okay.
this is a very old story.
Okay.
I'm talking about the beginning of the 60s.
Wow.
Anyway,
Why
Pereta, it's a very nice, small medieval village where we have the main vineyards.
Okay.
Safredis and Poggio Valente, the two single vineyards that we are producing since quite a long time, are around Pereta village. And Pereta, it's really in the heart of Morellino, because it's in the middle between Scansano and Magliano. And Scansano and Magliano are these two small old towns of the denomination.
Elisabetta, Le Pupille is quite, it's not a young winery actually. So in the beginning, when you started to invest, let's say, 200% passion to work 365, I can imagine that you experienced good times and bad times. Can you maybe?
Of course.
Yeah. What was because don't get me wrong, but as a woman producing wine in Italy, I can imagine that it was not so, could be quite difficult.
This is a question that I heard so many times. I mean, something regarding the fact to be a wine producer, being a woman.
Yeah.
But honestly, I cannot say that this fact has been penalizing me.
Yeah.
On the other side, it has been a kind of opportunity.
So, because you produce good qualities and then you received your props from other winemakers? Or?
Maybe. But the fact is that since the very beginning, I had such a big passion. And so I was really trying to make the best in short time.
Okay.
I have been quite lucky because in '85, when I managed first harvest alone, without the help of the family. I was managing this harvest together with maybe one of the most important and famous winemaker talking about Italy,
Takis?
that used to be Giacomo Takis.
Who don't know Giacomo Takis? Yeah?
Everybody.
Okay.
He has been the godfather of the rebirth of Italian wine producing, especially talking about Tuscany. And so, despite my youngness, having him close to me, helping me, pushing me, this has been really something so big, so important.
Crucial to have this support, actually, someone who's...
Absolutely. It has been really a great help for me.
Okay.
And that's why I told you at the beginning that I was a lucky woman. Because starting with such this supervision, it's really...
it's okay to have a mentor. It's
like a mentor.
I think it's useful for everybody. Elisabetta, the first vintage of your flagship wine, actually, or one of your two flagship wines, Poggiovalente, Saffredi. I have a special question about Saffredi. Well, actually, the first vintage was in 1987.
1987 was first vintage released on the market, but first vintage never released was 85.
85.
Was 85. For the first time during that harvest, we picked some beautiful Cabernet Sauvignon grapes coming from an old vineyard, Sangiovese vineyard, that has been grafted with Cabernet Sauvignon in order to not to improve, but to trying to reach a greater result of the Morellino Riserva. That was the unique wine that Fattoria Pupille was producing at that time.
Okay.
So after the harvest, this Cabernet Sauvignon, after the vinification of this grape, result was so incredible that together with Giacomo Takis, we took a decision to produce another wine that used to be 100% Cabernet Sauvignon for some years. And the idea was to dedicate this wine to the man that had this great intuition to plant Cabernet in Maremma Grossetana. That was Alfredo, my father-in-law. Everybody used to call him Freddy. That's why Saffredi.
Okay. Nice to know that.
At the same time, we also decided to plant a new vineyard just for this wine. And the decision was to choose Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot, and Alicante.
Okay. Which is quite spread here in the region.
Typical of the area. Typical of the area. So in a way, it was something to keep in touch with tradition. For some years, Saffredi was coming from 60 Cabernet Sauvignon, 60%, 35 Merlot, and the rest used to be Alicante. Then, starting from 98, yes, or 99. I can't remember at the moment.
Okay.
We decided to graft the Alicante vines with the Syrah. And recently, from vintage 2012, Syrah has been substituted with the Petit Verdot. So at the moment, starting from 12, Saffredi's very traditional Bordeaux blend.
So it's mostly Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot, and a little percentage of Petit Verdot?
It's about 10%.
10%, Petit Verdot.
Petit Verdot.
Okay. Well, I'm really greedy and curious about Saffredi to taste it, vintage 2015. But before, let's talk about Poggio Valente, which is your second. Do you talk about a cru actually?
It's a single vineyard. It's a
Single
cru.
vineyard.
It's a cru.
Okay.
It's a vineyard that I bought in '96.
And it's Sangiovese actually, by the way, which is really important.
At the moment, it's 100% Sangiovese, but it has been for many years Sangiovese and Alicante, a small percentage, and then Sangiovese Merlot. In 12, we decided to put all our focus on the Sangiovese, and we also took a decision to change the way of aging the wine in barrels. And I was telling you that for the first time we introduced the big barrels, the tonneau, and also the 10 and 20 hectoliters botte.
Yeah. So it's more the way like the Sangiovese is produced in
Montalcino.
In Montalcino, okay. So here we go. First wine for this tasting is Poggio Valente Vintage 2015. Okay. Well, let's have a sniff. Super straightforward, nice, typical Sangiovese characteristic.
Very vertical wine.
Yeah, wow, superb.
Very young, of course. Sangiovese better. You know better than me that.
And it's nice. It's this kind of bold and a lot of nice mix of black fruits, like the cherry, some really nice tannins and acidity. It's absolutely beautiful. Compliment.
It's important for us because we have two different single vineyards that are the expressions, one of the internationality of Fattoria le Pupille, and this is Afredi, of course. And Poggio Valente, it's the tradition. It's Tuscany.
Wow, I'm totally in love with this wine. I'll be really honest. It's an amazing wine, and it's I like the acidity and because and the style of this wine that you want to drink more, taste more actually. Well, compliments.
Thank you.
So next wine will be Safredi Vintage 2015, and I'm totally curious. Wow, nice color. Actually, can you tell something about the vintage? Perfect conditions?
Talking about Tuscany has been one of the best during the last. We've been lucky because we had 15 and both 16, two very exciting vintages.
Oh wait, I have to write down, please order 20 cases. Okay, okay.
Sold out.
Yeah, sold out, oh missed, okay. To be more serious, it's like you're happy with the vintage?
Of course, of course. As I told you, 15 was really very nice. We had a regular winter time, some quite nice rains during springtime, and then even if summer was arriving in the area a little bit late, but then it was a hot summer with a few rains at the end of August. So we have been lucky. We've been lucky. We picked some really amazing grapes.
Wow. Oh, it really pulls you in. It's a really nice mixture of dark fruits again. Some also some chocolate coffee style, and I like the herbs. Something like sage, rosemary. It's typical of.
It's always for me. It's always exciting that when you are tasting this wine, you can feel all the aromas coming from the Mediterranean plants around the vineyard.
Wow!
Because Safredi's vineyard is top of the hill, in front of the Mediterranean Sea, quite close to the sea. Okay. Quite close to the sea. And it is surrounded by this very fascinating Mediterranean woods. We used to call it macchia Mediterranea.
I am super in love with macchia. Okay.
And it's exciting that at the end of the story you can feel all these aromas in the wine.
Wow. This is gorgeous.
It's not easy not to drink.
It has a lot of power, really a great length, really nice tannins, nice acidity, beautiful mixture of dark fruit once again. And what I really appreciate on this palate now is that it's not like too bold, actually. It has a really nice body and still has a really good grip. Wow.
I should say that winemaker consulting has got he's like a maniac in choosing the tonnellerie.
Okay.
So he uses to go there to directly in the forest together with the owners of this small tonnellerie.
Okay.
And so
and sleeps for some couple of weeks on the wood. This is crazy. This is, but it is important.
I would say that.
Well, exaggerate, okay.
But I would say that Saffredi in the last 5-6 vintages changing the tonnellerie.
Yeah.
Has changed a little bit also the style, more elegant.
Yeah.
You feel the body, and the wood is never over the body.
Okay. Elisabetti, once again, it was a really pleasure for me, and I think also for my audience, to have you here in the wine show. And
it's been my pleasure.
I hope I will come back one day to Le Pupille.
Quickly.
Yeah. And
maybe during summertime, so you can enjoy.
Yeah.
You can better enjoy the area.
So, wish you the best for the future. And actually, your daughter's supporting you. I read that she's supporting you in the
Clara Gentili.
So even if I don't meet her, say
now
ciao.
She's traveling a lot.
Somebody has to travel.
Maybe next time you can make an interview with her.
Okay, perfect. So thanks once again.
Thank you for coming,
Elisabetta. And this, my friends, the internet was the audience with Elisabetta Gepetti. I'm here in Maremma, and I really hope that I see you in the next video.